Welcome to how I built a six-figure handyman business in just 90 days. During today's web class, you're going to learn how to instantly beat your competitors and ethically steal all the clients in your market, making the competition completely irrelevant. So the 4-minute mile was beat on May 6, 1965. Until this day, they thought absolutely that nobody could beat the 4-minute mile. And then Roger Bannister beat it on May 6th of 1965. And just 46 days later, John Landry beat it. This is something they thought that was completely impossible until 1965, and Roger Bannister did it, and then just 46 days later, John Landry was able to do it because he saw that it could be done. So when you see something can be done and you believe it can be done, the impossible says, I'm possible. And that day came to me on October 16th, 2014. That was my 4-minute mile when our little handyman business that we started just a year before hit 7 figures in Waco, Texas. Now, Max and I are 2 kids from a little town in Missouri, and we didn't even know $1 million was possible for us to make that kind of money. But after we did, we've been helping others do the same thing and achieve 6 and 7 figures in their handyman businesses. Now, who does this work for? It works for anybody that has a handyman business or somebody that wants to start a handyman business. If you stay until the end, you'll get 50 shades of marketing for no cost or low cost. So stay till the end. Why am I qualified to teach this? My husband and I started a little handyman business out of our garage in 2013. We grew that business to 7 figures. We franchised that business. I've been interviewed by some greats in business, including Grant Cardone. I've been involved in so many different kind of networking meetings to help people to build their business. I 10x'd my business within 3 months after meeting Grant Cardone. So this is how I built a 6-figure handyman business without working day or night or missing out on a ton of family activities. And I tried everything. I tried different things. I tried to pay marketers to help me to grow my business. I've been on TV. I've been on radio. We've been all over social media, and we've tried other things. And I did it that first time around with my handyman business and failed. So after I failed, I didn't want to have to struggle and suffer anymore. So the second time around when we built our handyman business, we did it totally different. So I want to introduce you to Handyman Business Fundamentals. It's expert tools, expert training, expert methods to help you rapidly build your handyman business. And our business started in a garage and a $40 ad. We built it to where we had this major brick and mortar business. It failed. We were bankrupt and we had to restart what we were doing. And now all of the handyman businesses that we own are home-based. Before we started a handyman business, my husband was a Harley Davidson mechanic. He worked at a job that was just over broke. He would bring in $5-6 million a year to the company that he worked for, and still we were just over broke because they kept all the money and we get 1% of his sales. So 1% is not that much when stretched over a year and having 3 kids. So we decided we wanted to take control of our lives when one day they passed over Max for the promotion as a service writer after he'd been running the department and brought over $1 million in sales in. And they turned it over to a guy that ran their service department into the ground. And Max decided, I want to take control of my life, and I was totally behind him. We wanted to make sure that our 3 kiddos were taken care of because making somebody else's dreams come true weren't working for us. So we started this little handyman business in March of 2013. But before we left our JOBs, I was a service coordinator working with people with intellectual disabilities. Max was a Harley Davidson guy. but we needed to make sure our family was taken care of. We needed this kind of certainty because our kiddos were all teenagers. So we needed an insurance policy to take care of our whole family. We needed guaranteed income. We needed to make sure our company was insured. We needed to make sure that we had all of our ducks in a row before we left those just over broke jobs, because that just over broke job was not certain. They had control over our lives. I remember the day that I went into my boss after receiving a phone call from my baby brother. And my baby brother said, Grandma has fallen ill. They don't think she's going to make it through the night. So I immediately walked into my boss's office and I said, I need the day off. My grandma, they don't think she's going to make it through the night. She's in Missouri. I'm in Texas. I need to leave right now to go and see her. They said that my boss told me that day, she said, if you leave and go to Missouri, you won't have a job. I don't have anybody to replace you today. And I looked at my boss and I realized I had 3 little kids at home and a mortgage to pay, and I needed that job or I would be broke. So that day I stayed at work. That night, my grandmother, I got to FaceTime her because my little brother is a millennial. And so we set up FaceTime while she was in the hospital room. I got to say goodbye. She died the next morning at about 2 or 3 in the morning. But the last words my grandmother said to me is, always put your family first. You have a beautiful family. I didn't do that day. I put my job first. People that aren't gonna matter to me at the end of life, people that don't matter to me really today, I put them first. And I didn't put the last day my grandma was on this earth as a priority. I didn't put family first. So that day, I decided to change my life and my family's life to put family first, and we did. So what we use to build our handyman businesses is Handyman Business Fundamentals. First time we did it, 2013 to about 2019, 2020 early, is we did it with the wrong people. We got venture capital people. We got partners. We took out big bank loans, and I had somebody running my finances that didn't know anything about finances. I got into business with people that wanted, give me. It seemed like their hand was always out. And that business failed. It went into bankruptcy in 2020. And when that struggle came to me and my husband, we decided we were never going to do it again. So we started Handyman Business Fundamentals, and we don't want other people to suffer in the handyman business anymore. And that's why we have Handyman Business Fundamentals. So we can teach people that there is adventure in life, that you can have a business and it not control you, that you can have a family and a business and both of them can thrive and succeed. Now I'm in business with people who want for me, not from me. And that's how we help people, is helping them get better at what they do in the handyman business. And that's Handyman Business Fundamentals. Today, I'm going to share with you some case studies, some success stories from Kim, Sammy, Shannon, and a few more. But after years of struggle, 7 years of struggle, and about $250,000 invested, we discovered the hard way we were doing business. But because you're here today, it's like you got an easy button, and we're going to teach you the easy button with Handyman Business Fundamentals. So the 3 secrets of Handyman Business Fundamentals is secret number 1, how I built a 6-figure handyman business without taking on big bank loans, venture capital, or additional partners in just 90 days. Secret number 2, how I built a 6-figure handyman business without being tech savvy, only using my iPhone. And secret number 3, how I built a handyman business with freedom, flexibility, and big income. Now, how was I able to build a 6-figure handyman business without taking on big bank loans, venture capital, and additional partners? Well, I have went to so many different trainings from Grant Cardone, Les Brown, Tony Robbins, Jay Abraham, Russell Brunson, so many greats in business. I've taken their trainings and I've condensed them and I've made them specifically for Handyman Business Fundamentals. And by doing that and using these 7 key principles that I was taught from the greats in business and applying them to specifically the handyman business, we were able to go from a negative $800 in the bank account, and within 90 days, during a global pandemic, to have a 6-figure handyman business. We did it without fear. We didn't put everything that had happened to us in the rear view mirror over the last 7 years in business and let that fear immobilize us. We took that and we turned it into getting it done. We took imperfect action to turn it into a 7-figure handyman business. And that's how we did it, was with the 7 keys of building a strong foundation for the empire we're building with the handyman business. Now, with this Handyman Business Fundamentals package, you're going to get the framework and the strategies that you know what you need to do in business. Expert training, expert tools, expert methods to grow your handyman business, start and grow it rapidly. And that is, there is 7 keys to building the handyman business. Now, this works for struggling handyman, that they're really good at being a handyman, but they don't know how to get customers. They don't know how to put systems into their business, because every handyman that you hire is worth $146,250. So struggling handyman, ones that haven't hit that 6 figures yet, that want to hit breakthrough. People that want to scale their handyman business, maybe they're at 6 figures, but they want to get to 7 figures or 10x their handyman business. People that want to open a handyman business, contractors who are doing work out there, people that are painters, fencers, roofers, HVAC people. These 7 keys work for anybody in the service-based business. Now, how was I able to build a 6-figure business without taking on big bank loans, venture capital, and additional partners? One word: resources. I became resourceful. If we needed money, I went out and sold, and my husband closed those sales. We used our resources to get the money we needed to build our handyman business. Secret number 2, how I built a 6-figure business without being tech savvy, using only my cell phone. Now, in the very beginning of our handyman business, I worked full-time. Max worked full-time, and our other business partner worked full-time. So we needed something on the go, and it was just in time when the new iPhones had come out, smartphones. So that's what we used, is we used our smartphone to answer phone calls, to run ads, to send the jobs out to our workers, to keep in contact with customers. You don't have to be tech savvy nowadays. And we did it all with just a few apps. There were several in the beginning, but now we've streamlined it just to one app. And this app does everything for us. So we put it in there, plug it in, and it takes care of everything for us. It is not what you do, it is how you do it. You could use 20 different apps to do what this one app does. It doesn't take a ton of money to make great big money in the handyman business. That is how we built it, not being tech savvy, is getting apps that helped us build the business. And being in the business, we know what apps work the best, and we've tried tons of apps. Secret number 3, how I built a handyman business, with getting freedom, flexibility, and big income in my life. I had 3 kids that were all teenagers. I had a daughter in soccer, a daughter in basketball, a daughter in choir, a child in guitar. I had a kiddo in karate, and he was also in theater. I had 3 kiddos that were running from here to there to everywhere. I worked full time. We had this business on the side. So what we did was we used no net time that I learned from Tony Robbins. This no net time turns your vehicle into this driving university and business. So I ran my business from my smartphone. When the kids were out there at their different practices, I was working. I wasn't missing time with them. I was there. They were practicing. So I worked when I worked and I played when I played. When my kids were with me, I was there with them. When I worked, I was working. When they were out there running, practicing, I worked. That's how we were able to build it with freedom, flexibility, and big income. We used that time that we would have been doing nothing anyways to make money, and that's how we built Handyman Business Fundamentals. It is simple. It is not easy. You have to do the work. You have to take imperfect action. It is so simple, but you're the one that has to do it. And if I could get you similar results, if you did this framework, wouldn't it be worth it? Would you want freedom, flexibility, and big pay with your handyman business? So that's the 3 secrets I used to build my handyman business. How I was able to do 6 figures in 90 days without taking on big bank loans, venture capital, or additional partners. How I did it without being tech savvy, and also how I did it with freedom, flexibility, and big income. Now, I've given you just a ton of information. Your head might be ready to explode now. Is it okay if I take the next few minutes to tell you how you can do it also? All right. If I can get you similar results, wouldn't it be worth it? Handyman Business Fundamentals does just that. You get expert training, expert tools, and expert methods to apply to your handyman business. So what is it you're going to get with Handyman Business Fundamentals? You're going to get live training weekly. I've got every aspect of the business, a training built out. You're going to be able to grow your business rapidly. You're going to be able to be hammer free by 2023. What does that mean? That means you're not the handyman out there swinging the hammer, just like me. Do you think I'm out there swinging the hammer? Absolutely not. You're going to get increased profitability. The average handyman makes about 107% more in profits. You're going to have a salesman working for you 24/7 that you don't have to pay for. You're going to be able to put your family first, have freedom, flexibility, and big pay in your handyman business. You're going to be able to replace that website that doesn't work for you. You're going to be able to replace the person doing your SEOs that is just a marketer. They know nothing about the handyman business and the keywords that your customers are looking for. You're going to replace the non-systems that you have or the systems that aren't working. You're going to be able to quit guessing. Is this going to work? You're going to know. You're going to be able to quit hiring the wrong handyman. How many of you are sick and tired of hiring a handyman and he ends up sucking within the first week or 2? And you're going to be able to get rid of those time constraints that are in your life. You're going to get this freedom, flexibility, and big pay. You're also going to be able to see how you can run a handyman business and do it without swinging the hammer. You're going to save decades of time and hundreds of thousands of dollars. Within the next year of training, when you get to Handyman Business Fundamentals, it's like 10 years of training in one. Years into weeks. Hundreds of thousands into hardly anything. You're going to save time and money. What do you get? Handyman Business Fundamentals. It's a $24,999 value, but I want to make sure you're going to be successful. So I'm putting in the Handyman SEO. Everything inside, you're going to get Handyman Business Fundamentals, expert training, expert tools, expert method, Handyman SEO, and so much more. Sammy says, I've been able to come out of my shell and grow my business rapidly. Kim says, I tripled my business in the first month of training. Shane says, I've been able to focus on the areas that bring me the most income in my business. I'm excited to be hammer free by 2023. I know you're thinking probably you're right. You know, it works for them. It's not going to work for me. Well, you're going to get Handyman Business Fundamentals, a $24,999 value. You're going to get Handyman SEO, a $6,999 value, for a total value of $31,998. They thought the same things that you're thinking. Oh, this worked for Christy and Max, but it won't work for me. They're special. Believe me, we're nothing special. We built a handyman business and we were bankrupt just a few years later because we didn't do it the right way. We rebuilt it the second time around the right way. And now we have multiple businesses throughout the state of Texas in the handyman business. So what else do you need to be successful? Because I want to guarantee your success in this program when you take action. You're also going to get a website and a domain name to help push you up on those SEOs. You're going to get everything inside a Handyman Business Fundamentals, an SEO package, website, domain name, and so much more. Otto says, I've joined a tribe who wants from me, not for me. What you're going to get is Handyman Business Fundamentals, a $25,000 value, Handyman SEO, a $7,000 value, and an optimized website and domain name at $5,000 value, for a total value of $36,997. But Chip and I want to make sure that you're going to be successful. So we have live coaching also. You're going to put your time into building your handyman business, and you're going to put money into building your handyman business, and it's well spent. If you treat your time as a scarce resource and spend it carefully by learning more, you'll earn more. So what you're going to get is Handyman Business Fundamentals, SEO, a website, domain name, and live coaching calls, a $48,096 value. You're also going to get community and accountability. You're going to get everything inside this package: HBF, SEO, website, domain name, coaching, community, and much, much more. It's a total value of $48,996. But if all I did was get you to spend $1 and get $2 back, wouldn't it be worth it? That's better than the odds at Vegas. If I was able to help you 10x your handyman business from where it is right now, wouldn't it be worth it? And if I was able to give you the ability to take the guesswork out of building a successful handyman business, guaranteed, wouldn't it be worth it? I had two choices when building this program. One, to make it super cheap and let everyone in, or two, have the best of the best in the Handyman Business Fundamentals program. And that's what I chose. I've worked with average before. I don't want to work with average. It's like pulling teeth. They keep saying, I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it. I want to work with people that believe they can do it, and they do it, and they take the action that's needed to get it done. So if you had one successful handyman job a week, you would just make an extra $585 a week. That's an extra $30,000 a year. Couldn't we all use that? Now, what if you added an extra handyman and they were worth $140,400? Wouldn't it be worth it? Or if you added a second crew. So you've got two crews out there making $585. Wouldn't it be worth it? So the true cost of inaction on Handyman Business Fundamentals is doing nothing. But this isn't a cost. It's an investment. You'll start a business. You'll scale a business. And you'll have guaranteed success. So I offer this to the general public for $9,999. That would be a good deal, right? But because you're special and you watch this webinar, you're going to get it for $4,999. So apply now by emailing handymanbusinessfundamentals@gmail.com. You're going to get what you need to do right now in your handyman business. All you have to do is email me to get started and set up a call at handymanbusinessfundamentals@gmail.com. Again, handymanbusinessfundamentals@gmail.com for guaranteed success in the handyman business. Now you have two choices. One is to do nothing and keep doing what you're doing and keep struggling in the handyman business, or keep doing that just over broke job. Or the second option is to get started, become hammer free, have freedom, flexibility, and big pay from your handyman business. That's your two choices. Do nothing, make nothing more. Do nothing, just keep doing what you're doing. But if you always do what you've always done, you'll always be what you've always been. If you want something different, do something different. Use your fingers and type out HANDYMABIZFUNDAMENTALS and say, Christy, I'm ready to get started. And we'll set up a phone call and see if you're appropriate for Handyman Business Fundamentals. Plus, we have a 30-day guarantee. If you're not 100% satisfied, you send me an email, we give you your money back. So the real question is, are you ready to have freedom, flexibility, and big pay in your handyman business? And do it while being hammer free. What you're going to get is Handyman Business Fundamentals, a $24,999 value, a one-page website and domain name, a $6,999 value, SEO keywords in the handyman business, specifically by people in the handyman business, a $4,999 value. Live coaching calls, an $11,999 value, and a community of handyman, which is priceless, for a total value of $48,996. Now, the first 100 people that sign up, they get the 7 in 7 challenge for free. How to get 7 new handyman or 7 new customers in 7 days from Facebook. All you have to do is apply now at handymanbusinessfundamentals@gmail.com. That's what you need to do. Use your fingers, the energy of a cornflake, and send it over and say, I am ready for freedom, flexibility, and big pay in the handyman business. So now all you have to do is apply. I'm Christy Ogle, and I have to tell you, now I live this life of freedom, flexibility, and great pay with my husband. We get to travel all around. Last week, we went to an alligator farm to check out alligators in Texas. So you guys can do the same sort of things, a life of freedom, flexibility, and great pay when you get started with Handyman Business Fundamentals. I'm Christy Ogle. Thank you for joining me. Have an amazing, amazing day.